Hey blockheads, this is DJ AK from NK Airplay Radio, and if you love what the My So-Called Whatever podcast crew is doing, check us out too. NK Airplay is an online radio station playing all your favorite hits from the 80s and 90s, especially the ones from those boys in the band, New Kids on the Block. Listen to artists like Boyz II Men, Debbie Gibson, Tiffany, boy bands, girl bands, and many more. We play artists that are associated with or who inspired the New Kids on the Block, plus some of the artists that inspired us while we were growing up. Check us out on social media at NK Airplay Radio. And download the Live 365 app for your iPhone or Android phone and listen today.
Friends forever, that's what we are. Through the thick and the thin, we're friendship stars. We're banger main buddies from the days of old. We laugh, cry, and hug, friendship solid gold. My so-called whatever started a year ago. We share our stories and your stories were told. 80s, 90s memories that give us glee. And on the block party shows, NKOTB. Now our friendship circle has grown by far. Hashtag friends forever, that's what we all are. Boom. And if you don't know, now you know. My so-called whatever for life. Hashtag MSCW. Hashtag friends forever. Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, hey, hey.
Hey, guys.
We've got a special guest for you today.
Yeah, we do.
It's Monday.
And it's time for another 80s and 90s episode.
That's right. And who better to come on an episode but an 80s, 90s pop superstar?
I mean,
come on now.
Really? I mean, I don't, you'll find out who it is.
Right.
And then you tell me.
Right.
How many of you didn't listen to these songs over and over again at the roller rink?
Right.
When you were 12?
Yes. Yes.
I mean, come on now.
Yes. Yes. Indeed. So anyway, without further ado, we have this week for you Mark Calderon. So we have him on our episode this week from Color Me Bad.
Yay!
And we're so excited. And yeah, so
I mean, without further ado,
right.
I guess, I mean, we should probably get right into the episode.
Let's do it. That sounds good to me.
Okay. Here it is, guys.
Here it is.
This is Brooke.
And this is Nikki.
And this is Mark Calderon from the group Color Me Bad.
And this is my so-called whatever.
How lucky are we?
We are
right now.
We are
so lucky.
Beyond.
Yes. I can't even believe it.
Beyond lucky. So excited.
Yes.
To have Mark on
I'm
with
excited.
us today.
Yes. And quick little story for you. We've seen you in concert.
We have.
So that was awesome. When we saw
where?
You actually came up to, we're from Bangor, Maine, and you were here in 2016.
Nice.
Yep.
I remember that. Mhm.
It was probably very cold.
It was for sure.
It was cold.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But it was a great show. We were so excited.
Well, good. I'm glad you guys got a chance to check it out.
Yeah. It was the one where Vanilla Ice stayed on stage all night. Oh, wait, was that? Yes, that was the same concert.
That was the one at the end. Yes.
The
lights were all coming on, and he was just out there.
Yep. He was like,
he was having a good time.
Yeah.
I remember that. I really remember that. Yeah.
that was a
Good
fun
times.
concert.
Had you been to
Mhm.
Maine before? Was that your first time in Maine?
You know, come to think about it, I think it was the first time.
Oh wow.
Yeah. I think it was.
Well, you should come
it
back.
was great.
You should come back in the summertime.
We welcome you back anytime.
You're right. But summer is probably
right.
best.
We'll take you out for a lobster roll.
We will. Yes.
Yes. You know what? I believe I tried one when I was out there. It was
Oh, good.
amazing. Yeah. Yeah.
Awesome.
Nice.
So, Color Me Bad. All right. First time I heard... Okay, so the first time I heard Color Me Bad, I was probably... It was 1991.
Yeah.
1991. And it was I Want to Sex You Up. Loved that song. Played it over and over and over again. And
we were 11.
We were 11.
Yes.
And my parents liked the song. Like, I can remember playing it and being like, oh no, I'm going to get in so much trouble. And they were like, oh, this I don't know if they just like weren't listening to the.
It was catchy.
It was catchy. They were into it.
Yeah.
So.
Right.
But,
it's a great song.
yeah. So tell us more about you and your beginnings and how you ended up in the band in Color Me Bad.
Yeah. Okay. So, my sister, my older sister, and my younger brother and I, we started a group when we were, I don't know, maybe like in the 6th, 7th grade.
Oh, wow.
But we sang in Spanish. We were big fans of the group Menudo.
Oh, yes.
And so my dad was really big into a lot of the promoting shows and concerts, and he loved music, and he helped us get this group started. And, we were together for a little bit, maybe a couple of years. We did a lot of shows, talent shows and whatnot. But, when brothers and sisters so young get together doing stuff like that, singing and dancing together, it only can last so long because, we're so young and we're into whatever we love to do. I was really big into sports, and I didn't want to rehearse as much and this and that. But I did have a lot of fun, and I was a big fan of music, big fan of Michael Jackson and Prince, of course.
Oh, yes.
And, I continued on singing just to myself and, songs that came on the radio. Back when I was, 9th grade came around, my best friend was Sam Waters, and we were break dancers at the time. And so, I met a guy who was in choir named Darnell Jones, I believe. Yes, Darnell. And him and I, we would go sometimes around at lunchtime and just kind of sing, and he would introduce me to new songs that are out and new groups. And one day he told me, he said, "Hey, Mark, you need to meet one of the guys in choir. His name is Brian. And, he really sings really beautiful." And I was like, okay, well, let's go meet him. And I kind of met Brian almost like a singing duo, a singing duel, like a challenge, like who sounds better, who sings better. And I started singing. I met Brian, really nice guy. I met him. I started singing for him, letting him know that I could sing. And then I asked him, I said, "Hey, why don't you sing for me?" And, when he started singing, it's like, oh my God, this guy has a really beautiful voice. It's like, I got to the point, I was like, you know what? I don't want to sing against him. I want to sing with this guy. So
Cool.
right there, I said, "Hey, let's get together and let's sing together." And he was like, "Yeah, cool. Just come around, come to choir, whenever, you can, and let's get together and sing some songs." I said, "Okay." So that's what I did. And eventually we got serious. He eventually brought Kevin Thornton into the group. I brought my breakdancing buddy, Sam, in the group. And, we started singing a lot of harmonies and doo-wops and, a lot of the old 50 hits, the greatest hits of the 50s, and just coming together, bringing our voices together. And we noticed, we weren't big, and getting dates or anything, but we noticed a lot of the girls around school started coming around and listening to us and giving us a lot of attention, And so one day, I remember we were at school, and we decided to go into the men's bathroom where there was some great echo, great acoustics. And we started singing, and all these girls just rushed into the boys' bathroom and just wanted to hear us sing. And we were like, wow, this is really cool. We're here in the boys' bathroom. We got all these girls with us.
That's awesome.
And, I think we got something, fellas. I think we're on to something. So we really had a lot of fun. We went to a lot of talent shows. Back then, New Edition was really big. New Kids on the Block, they were really, really big at the time. And, we thought, hey, you know what? We sound just as good as these guys. Why can't we, try to make a run at it?
Yeah.
And we had no way out there in Oklahoma. The music industry wasn't there. And, of course, we didn't have any money to get to New York or L.A., so we decided that we were going to hunt down big celebrity acts or the groups that would come to Oklahoma City to do a concert and just try to reach out to them and sing for them. And maybe, I don't know, out of luck, I don't know, maybe they will try to help us get started. And so that's kind of what happened. We sang for a lot of groups that came to town. We knew where they were staying. We knew their hotels. We knew the backstages that they were coming out. We just knew it all. You know,
That's awesome.
After, security back then in the early 80s or mid 80s, I'd say, it wasn't so secure. So you could get through places. You could get it backstage. You could sneak backstage, know somebody. You knew the hotels, again, where these people were, and you could find them. And we were actually able to sing for them and present ourselves and hoping that they would give us a break. But it was actually the group Kool and the Gang, the big group Kool and the Gang back in, famous 70s and 80s and 90s, I guess. And they came through town, and we got a chance to sing for them. They liked us a lot. They kept in touch with us. They waited for us to graduate. And then they brought us to New York. And after being taken down by every record label in New York City, we finally got a break with Giant Records, which was a subsidiary of Warner Brothers. And boom, they were hosting the movie New Jack City, and we got the song "I Want to Sex You Up" on the soundtrack.
Awesome.
And
That's awesome.
That's kind of where that's a lot. It's a lot in that story, but that's kind of how it all came about, and in such a short way of telling it. But yeah, that's what happened. And then from there, it just got crazy. We continued to write and, of course, rehearse and practice and get better and better. And we came up with a great song called "I Adore Me More." That was the second single. And then "All for Love," so
that's my
favorite.
album.
Yeah,
that's my favorite.
"All for Love" was a lot of fun.
Yes.
"All for Love" was a lot of fun. Yeah, so that's kind of how it all happened.
That's so awesome. "All for Love" is if I'm having a bad day, like no joke, I put that song on, and immediately it just brings me back to when I first heard it. It was summertime, or maybe not even when I first heard it. Maybe when I was listening to it. You made me a tape, Brooke.
Yeah.
And it was on that tape.
I love that song.
And oh my gosh, I listened to that over and over and over again. So now, whenever I'm having a bad day, I just flip that on. My kids know it. It's awesome.
I had recorded it from Casey's Top 40.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's what I did.
Yeah.
Hey, we all did it, man. We all played like that. No, but it's funny because when I was first writing the song "All for Love," the verses I was coming up with, I wanted them to sound like Prince, because Kiss was popular, just a couple of years back, and I was trying to get the vibe of what would Prince do with this track. So that's why it was so high. It came out so high in the very beginning. That Sam's verse came out so high because we were trying to mimic Prince, and I don't know if it came off that way, but
it worked though.
Hey, it worked.
It worked. So
it's such an upbeat, fun song. So how, when your first single, "I Want to Sex You Up," when did you go to the movie theater and sit down and watch the movie and hear it?
Yeah. They invited us to the screening, and we had no idea where our song was going to be played, or how people were going to react. Of course, you're in the movie theater, you're watching the movie, the story's great, the acting's good, and all of a sudden, boom, there's your song. It pops on. And you're like, wow, that's us. That's our music. And, you're kind of looking around to see if anybody's vibing on it. And no one's vibing on it. They're just watching the movie. But, you just kind of like, okay, that's kind of cool. And we went to an after party that they had. And, again, everyone's dancing. Everyone's having a good time in the club there in New York for the after party. And then they pop on our song.
Oh, my gosh.
And, it's like, okay, here's our song. And everyone's dancing, and it's like, okay, everyone's dancing, but no one's like, oh my God, this is a great song. No one's saying that. It's just like, okay, all right. So the song, came on, and it went off, and then on to the next song. But it was. Let me tell you something. No one cared. No one liked the song "Sex You Up." I'm going to tell you, no one liked it. I mean, they liked it, but they didn't think it was anything like special or anything. So we played it for everybody before the song ever came out, and no one ever, told us, "Oh my God, that's the number one hit." No one ever really said that. So we didn't know. No one knew what we had. Even the record label didn't know. But as the movie came out, fans, they started, people started, really requesting. That was when you could call the radio station and request songs.
Yes.
Those people who are listening, you could actually call the radio station and say, "Can you play this song?" And that's what happened. Everyone started requesting the song, and really, that's how it all came about.
That's so cool.
That is cool. And it must have been so surreal just to hear yourself. You guys were so young.
It was.
Yeah, you guys.
Yeah. We were like, what are we? Well, I know I had just turned 20.
Wow.
And and so it was pretty cool, I have to say. Hearing the song come out on the radio first time. I remember we were on the LIE, the Long Island Expressway, and we were listening to I don't know if it was a Kiss. I'm not sure which radio station it was, but they played our song, and it was just like so surreal there. So
cool.
We finally made it, and like that was history. So for us,
and it was on 90210. It was on.
It was
with the stripper.
Yeah.
With the stripper. Yes.
Yeah.
You remember that episode where she's like,
yeah. For some reason, they like to play that song for strippers. I don't know what I thought there's that connection there. But no, yeah. So it, it's funny. Invited on that 90210. Speaking of that great show, we had no idea how to act or anything. We'd never acted before in our lives.
Mm-hmm.
And, they kind of made that whole story around our group.
That's so cool.
And it was just cool meeting the cast members. And I'm going to tell y'all, Luke Perry was the coolest guy you could ever meet. He was such an amazing person. He was just so down to earth. It was unreal. And, Brian Austin Green, likewise, he was great guy to know. And they were all really good people. All of them were really great people. But they made us feel real comfortable. And, I'll tell you, after that airing came, after that episode was shown, the next day we actually sold 1 million records.
Wow.
Because of that. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. The next day we sold them. Yeah, it was crazy. So that show really did, great for our career. Really helped us out big time.
That's
cool.
Amazing.
You guys were on the 90210 soundtrack too.
That was a song that that Sam and I wrote called what was that song called?
Got to Have You.
I want to really gotta have you.
Yeah.
So Gotta Have You. Yeah.
I loved
that was
it.
a song, the Howie T track. Yeah, so it was a lot of fun to do that song too.
I did purchase the 90210 soundtrack, so so you guys received something from my purchase there.
Nice.
I didn't just record it.
So there was a guy named Jeremy
Jordan.
Jeremy Jordan.
Yes.
He had a song. The song that he had,
The Right Kind of Love.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that song was actually supposed to be our song.
Oh, no way.
Wow.
They presented it to us. Yeah, they presented it to us, and we didn't like it. We said, no, that's not our style. No, that's not our sound. And they gave it to Jeremy Jordan, and he ended up going number 1 with that song.
Yeah.
Yeah, we turned down a number 1 hit. Go figure.
Oh, no. But Jeremy Jordan didn't have All for Love, so...
True.
That's right.
True.
Yes, very true.
So you guys did some. Have you always been together, like for the most part, or was there a time where you guys like took a little hiatus and then got back together?
Yeah, 1998. the group kind of fell apart. Sam wanted to go and produce and songs. Kevin wanted to go in ministry. Brian wanted to go and do his thing, and they kind of left me up high and dry. All of them. I ended up, at that time I'd been married, I had children, I was going to be a dad, and so kind of everything happened the way it did.
Yeah.
Brian wanted to go do his solo thing. Sam wanted to go and write and produce for other artists. He kind of wanted to get out of the whole being on stage thing. Kevin wanted to go into ministry, and I was just left there, with my wife and kids, and just say, hey, you know what? It's time to play dad role. So
yeah,
that's what I did, and it kind of worked out the way it did. And it was all good. I ended up moving to Dallas and such, and then I moved to Cincinnati, and still always had my hand in music. Like I did, we recorded a few kids from Disney Radio and such.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So we did a lot of stuff. We worked with Johnny Wright.
Johnny Wright, our NSYNC boys.
Yes, yeah, Johnny.
And New Kids on the Block.
Yeah. So I worked with him on a few different things, and so we did that, and it wasn't until like 2011 when the group came back. Brian, Kevin, and I came back together, and we started doing more shows and started, trying to get our name back out there again. It's like rebuilding again. So, it's like restarting over. It's like out of sight, out of mind.
Yeah.
People still remember you.
Oh yeah.
But you left for 12 years or so, something like that. And you kind of have to rebuild the whole thing, and that's what we're trying to do.
Yeah.
So.
And you guys are still touring. Well,
I'm touring.
You're touring.
I'm touring. I've got lots of shows. I've got it's like a whole new setup here. I've got a whole new thing going on. So, I'm the one who's singing all the leads.
Oh, awesome.
And I've got two guys behind me, Eric Footman and Chris Campbell, and they're there supporting me behind me. I got a DJ, and we're just out, playing everywhere. I mean, we've been all over the place, and we're having so much fun out there. We actually have a show this weekend. We just came back from Arizona. We did a show in Glendale, and then where were we? Jacksonville, Florida. And then this weekend we're going to be in Midland, Texas, and then next week we're going to be in New York.
Oh,
so,
nice.
Yeah. So we're just always constantly doing shows, moving around, and having a lot of fun out there. So it's been great.
That's awesome. That's so
great.
Cool. So as far as music goes, you're doing that. Did you have any solo work that you did before, or?
Yeah, last summer I came out with a song called "It's Like Good Sex," and it's like an up-tempo kind of club song. Everyone liked it. It's kind of funky, kind of has funky groove to it, and it's right now. It's out on Spotify, iTunes. You can listen to it anywhere. And I actually did a video, so you can check out the video on YouTube. And
we'll link it.
We'll actually put it right on our website.
Yeah, we'll put it on our website.
You can go watch that, listen to it, check it out. That's
awesome.
Man.
It was a lot of fun to shoot a video. It's been such a long time, and we had a lot of fun doing it. So, and then I'm going to be coming out with a lot more songs this year. I've got a lot of fun songs that I want to just let people check out and see my vibe, see what I'm on, because my music, when I write, I like to have fun with my music.
That's awesome.
I like to see people dancing and laughing and having a good time. That's what it's all about. That's what my shows are like. so now when you come see a Color Me Bad show, it's really, really high energy.
That's awesome.
And so we sing all the songs, all the hits, and everyone has a great time, and that's what it's all about.
That's awesome.
That's great.
So you guys can go check him out. And
so where can they find you on social media?
You can go to I'm on Facebook at the Mark Calderon, and also I'm at the Mark Calderon on Twitter and also on Instagram.
Perfect.
So so it's keep it simple.
Awesome.
And you go check me out. Let me know what's up, and then you can also go to I think So you keep in touch with me from there. You'll see where we're playing at.
Awesome. We will link to all of those on our website. So if you guys just go to our website and just click on the latest episode, you'll be able to check out all those links. Go follow.
Yes.
Yes.
Please. Yes. And we got like a lot of big things coming up for the summer. So be looking out for it. I can't wait. I can't let it all out right now, but because I want to make sure that it's it's a go, because sometimes things, hey, everybody, let's make this happen. Let's make this thing go. And then, for some reason or another, they don't happen. So I'm just letting you know there's a lot of good things, that are being, worked on right now.
Awesome.
For the summer.
Well, we'll be looking forward to all of the announcements.
Yes.
Whatever announcements you have, we're there for it.
We are there for it. We are.
Nice.
Sign us up.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna tell you girls that need to come on out to some shows. I think I'm gonna be doing a show in Boston.
Hey,
awesome!
So, y'all can sneak down.
That's close
sneak down
for
to Boston.
Yeah,
and have some fun.
That would be fun.
We'll
finally get to meet you. That would be awesome.
That's right, and we'll do like another little interview, like a live interview. How about that?
That would
Perfect.
be amazing.
Okay.
That would be so cool. Well, thank you so much for coming on. We actually have
questions that we ask all of our guests.
That come on. Mm-hmm. So these are all 80s and 90s questions for you.
Okay.
So here it goes.
Okay, the first one is, name an 80s or 90s movie you've seen at least a dozen times and would continue to watch time and time again.
Are you still there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, I thought I hung up on you accidentally. I was like, I almost.
You're like, what?
Oh
no! All right, I'm gonna ask it again.
Okay, thank you. Sorry, Brooke. Sorry.
You're all right.
Name an 80s or 90s movie you have seen at least a dozen times and would continue to watch over again.
Back to the Future.
Hey, that's a great
answer.
One. That's
Great
a great answer.
Classic.
Now, which one's your favorite? The original?
Yes, the original's the best. Yeah.
I like the second one.
I like the second one too. I like the second one and the first one almost the same. The third one though,
it was like Wild Wild West.
I mean,
it was okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. The second question is, if you could live in any 80s or 90s TV sitcom home, which one would it be?
Probably 90210, right?
Yeah, that's a great answer. Yes. That was like the place to be.
The Walsh residence?
The Walsh residence. Or actually, you'd probably want to live like at Kelly's house because she had a lot of money.
They did have a lot of money. But there was
Friends
drama.
too.
Oh, yes. That's a great answer.
Friends would be fun.
Yeah.
Okay, how about this one? What song of the 80s or 90s brings back the best memories for you? And if you'd like to share a memory, feel free.
Probably Michael Jackson, Billie Jean.
Hey, that's a great
answer.
That's
a good song.
Yeah.
Good
That's a
song.
great song.
Yeah, because it was just the sound was new.
Yeah.
The video with him and those, his white socks.
Yes.
And the pink shirt and the glove and all that. And it's just,
And the replay they did, it was like, pink.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And then it just didn't stop with him. You had so many great records and so many great videos after that. Thriller and all, so I don't know. I mean, that was one of the things that made me really want to get serious about music, and just seeing the magic that man created in his music and in videos. It's pretty pretty amazing.
Yeah. I was a big Michael Jackson fan myself. Yes, I used to write him fan mail.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So.
Is it my turn?
Yep.
Okay. What is one thing you should know how to do by now, but don't? This is one of those trick questions.
Speak fluent Spanish. I can speak a little, but I'm not fluent.
Wow.
And I should by now. Mm-hmm.
Hey, I can speak a little bit, and it's only because I took 3 years of Spanish, and I should really speak a lot more than I do, but I can only speak a little.
I've been trying to learn.
Have you really?
Yeah, I have an app.
Oh, that's cool.
Nice.
I have an
good.
app. I haven't got
good.
very far, but
Well, good for you.
yeah.
Well, thank you so much.
Thank you, ladies.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Yes, we had a good talk.
Yeah.
A great interview. And, I am here for you guys.
Awesome.
You guys know how to reach me.
Yes.
So feel free to contact me anytime, and we can do this all over again.
Oh, that would be
Love
fun. We would love to come see you in Boston. That would be fun.
Yes.
Yeah. That's
We'll
not too far from us.
Yeah, you guys would really, really enjoy the show. You had so much fun.
Oh, awesome.
It's a whole nother thing going on right now that the energy is just amazing, and that's what we try to do. It's just constant. It's just like nonstop movement, a lot of energy, and everyone's having a great time. So
that's awesome.
Come on out.
That's great.
Can't wait. I'm excited.
We'll do what we can to be there.
So thank you so much for coming
you, Mark.
on.
We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you for having me, girls. Thank you so much. Anytime.
All right.
All right.
Bye.
Bye-bye.